Hello there, progressors. How are you today? Thank you so much for coming and supporting my channel, whether live or on the replay. Don't forget to drop me a comment. I can say thank you and appreciate you being there. So today's live is obviously my little themes. Wednesday live on this channel is my chit chat updates, crafts and so on and so forth. So let's get straight into it. And the first section we're going to do today is my section I like to call Blast from the Past. Something about the past in some shape or form. And due to the response of, I did a similar thing to this, I think last live and the live before, it's history of different products. So I thought you might be interested in some more of that. And what is the product of the day? Well, Scotch tape, like sticky tape. And one brand is Scotch. So this is about Scotch. And the company was originally called 3M. And it says 3M. It was born in July 1902. It was the idea of 5 businessmen who lived and worked in the area surrounding a small town called Two Harbors in Minnesota. They were Henry Bryan and William McGonagall, both holding responsible positions in railroad companies. Dr. Danley Budd and the Two Harbors general physician Herman Cable, owner of the local meat market, and John Dwan, a lawyer, they called themselves the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company, the 3 M's. The company was formed to mine a mineral called corundum, but it transpired that the corundum was of only low quality. However, it was felt it could be used to make sandpaper. During the First World War, they supplied abrasives to many industries involved in the war effort. In 1926, this saw the introduction of waterproof sandpaper. In the late 1920s, Dick Drew, I'll try and put my vowels in the right order, a laboratory researcher, started to look at a new kind of sticky tape. It came from a demand within the automobile industry for a tape to use in the paint spraying process to mask edges and separate colours on two-tone cars. There resulted 6 years of research before a satisfactory product was found, but in 1935, a 3M masking tape was introduced. Following from this, Drew was asked to invent a tape that would stick paper wrappings around the insulation in refrigerators. The problem was how to make a tape that would stay stuck on when it got both cold and damp. DuPont had just invented the cellophane transparent film, and Drew got hold of some samples. He tried coating the cellophane film with adhesive, and after many trials, he found a product that did work. This was the beginning of Scotch clear tape. The new product was introduced in 1931. America took to the tape like wildfire. By 1939, a separate factory had to be built to cope with the demand, followed soon after by a second and third factory. In 1941, sales totaled $14 million. But why the name Scotch? The story goes that an angry auto body painter in the mid-1920s had trouble in making an early roll of 2-inch wide masking tape stick and noticed it only had adhesive along the edges. He told the salesman, "Take this tape back to your stingy Scotch bosses and tell them to put more adhesive on it." Whether the first batch of tape stuck or not, the name certainly did. Other products which were to become part of our daily new life were to follow. Together with Ampex and ABC Radio, 3M developed a plastic-backed magnetic tape. Later in mid-1950s, 3M, Ampex and Bing Crosby Enterprises worked together to produce the world's first successful video recorder. 3M, of course, produced the tape, the start of yet a very important product, Scotch Magnetic VR tape. Today, 3M has operations in over 52 countries with a range of 60,000 different products. Sales worldwide are now $13 billion. Now, in England, we have Sellotape, which is the brand that we actually have more popular there rather than the Scotch tape that the Americans have. So I hope you found that interesting. I certainly didn't know any of that. And yes, of course, Scotch video tapes. Yes, younger people won't know what on earth that is. And you had Betamax and VHS, and they were pushing the Betamax because they were much smaller. They were probably only about that big, like a small paperback book. And the VHS were much bigger. And of course, for storage reasons, the Scotch, particularly the Betamax tapes, should have been more popular. And as always, they tried to sell more of the video recorders for that size. When they had sold them, then they said they were only having the VHS. Very typical of today, a bit like the electric cars. Yes, don't be fooled into buying those. If you are really up to date and know what's going on, don't touch them. Okay, let's move on to my next section. We haven't done this one for a while, but seeing as it's Monday Fun Day today, we have to do jokes, quotes, puns and fun. And I haven't done jokes for a while, I don't think, on this channel. So I thought I would share some jokes with you because everybody loves some jokes. I thought I would theme them today. So I've done jokes on John Deere tractors. I know there's a lot of tractor fans out there. Every time I put a photo or bit of footage up of Mike driving the tractor, it's not our tractor. Every time I put footage of that, it goes crazy. It's not a John Deere. You'll see in my pictures probably which make it is. But I thought I'd do some John Deere tractor jokes for you today. So the first one, a man's wife left him for a tractor salesman. Of course, she wrote him a John Deere letter. Any of you don't know, when someone leaves someone, they leave a note behind and it's called a Dear John letter. So that's very clever. Man's wife left him for a tractor salesman. She wrote him a John Deere letter. That is very clever, isn't it? Do you think? Okay. What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor? What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor? Where's my tractor? I like those sort of jokes. Okay. A man just rode past me on his tractor, yelling, "The end is nigh." I think it was Farmageddon. I think it was Farmageddon. I love that. Love that. I just got asked to identify pictures of different types of tractor. But that isn't really in my field. Why did the tractor sell medicines? Because he was a pharmacist. A pharmacist. A pharmacist. Lovely. Oh dear. Okay, next one. What makes more noise than a tractor? What makes more noise than a tractor? 2 tractors. Okay. I used to hate tractors, but I did a complete 180. So now I'm pro-tractor. Pro-tractor. Complete 180. So now I'm a pro-tractor. Very good. 2 more. I have loads more. 2 more. Surprisingly, John Deere wasn't a country music fan. He preferred Motown. He preferred Motown. And last one for today. A manure spreader is the only tractor John Deere won't stand behind. The only tractor John Deere won't stand behind. Yes, jolly good. Yay. I wish I was on my StreamYard. I use StreamYard on my lives on my other channel. I don't use StreamYard there, and I show so much on that channel. And when something good happens, I have something. Do check it out if you don't know my other channel. It is linked below most of my lives, so do check it out. And that's on Fridays. So, and you'll see an up and coming for that on that channel. So if you don't know what times my lives are on that channel, and I do random Thursdays, haven't done one for a while because we've had to volunteer here, but I will be going back to that. And I'm thinking about doing some lives on my dance channel. I have a plan for that because I like all my lives to be completely different. So the two on this channel are completely different to each other. My live on my other channels, as I say, random Thursdays, but every Friday, they're completely different from each other. And then on my dance channel, it's going to be even different still. You might actually like that. It's not to do with dance per se. It's all about my dance history, how I got into dance. And I'm going to start from the very beginning. I think, yes, that will have to be a StreamYard because I want to share things with you. I might show you clips of me dancing as and when I can come across them and all sorts of things. But I'm going to do my history of dancing and my dance career and how I got into professional dancing. And that was my job. So I might do that soon. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Don't seem to have a title for this one. Did I not pull the title out for this? Ooh, we need a title page. Ah, here it is. Found it. So this section is called Knacks, Hacks, Facts and Stats. And as you see, it could be gardening, cooking, household, DIY, anything at all, as long as it's a knack, hack, fact or stat. So today is going to be some more cooking, kitchen tips, baking, those kind of things, but hacks and tips. So I have, how many have I got for you today? 5. I have 5 for you today. And they start with anything about measuring out liquids, as in more sticky liquids. So if you've got any hints and tips and hacks for cooking or baking, do put them in the comments below, and then we can share our tips with each other. And this first one is if you're measuring treacle or golden syrup or any sticky fluid, they will leave the spoon more readily if you heat the spoon beforehand. So I'm pretty sure if you're an avid cook, you may know this. So do preheat the spoon before you use it, and then it will just glide off nicely. Second one, to measure golden syrup or again any sticky liquid, cover the scale pan with flour. The syrup will tip out quite easily. Now we've got one about substitutes. I'm a great lover of, if you don't have something to make a recipe, what you can substitute it with. And I've done a whole video about pine pollen. And my pine pollen video shows you how you can get the yellow pollen from pine trees. There is a set time of year, which I say in the video, and then you can either eat it on its own as almost a sherbet dip, if you like, and you just eat the powder on its own, and it's the most healthiest thing you can eat, with absolutely every nutrient and everything you could need. Or you can use it as a flour substitute when you're baking. So I'm all for alternatives because I don't go out and buy ingredients to make something. So again, if you've got any substitute tips, if you put those in the comments under this live, that would be appreciated. And this is a substitute now for ground almond. We have almond trees in our garden, but if you don't happen to have ground almond, a substitute for it is ground rice, and flavour it with almond essence. So there's a good substitute for you. And then the last two I have is about citrus fruit. Before using citrus fruits, pour off the rind with a potato peeler, cut into small pieces, put in a screw top jar, cover with golden syrup and mix well. And if you add this to cake mixtures, it's really lovely to add them to cake mixtures. And the last one, again, with orange this time. Put orange peel on a plate in the oven. Leave till crisp. Then crush to powder and store in a jar. Small amounts added to cake mixtures give a lovely flavour. So there's some more little tips for you there. Hope something's useful. I always like to share tips and hacks and things, because if I help just one person, for me, that's something good. So do share your tips and hacks below in the comments, and reach out to those who you might think it's something normal, and surely everyone knows it, but you'll be surprised. Some of these, particularly older ideas, a lot of younger people just don't know basic, what are considered to them hacks. If you look at TikTok, oh my goodness, they're like, oh, I'm amazed. What is this with a hole in it? I didn't know you could post something called letters. That really is the level of a lot of younger people these days. If you go, no, Dawn, that's not right, that is an actual one on TikTok. So yes, so if you think, oh, that's obvious, no, it's not obvious. They don't know what letterboxes are. Yes. I want to know how many young people can still actually write. And I mean, sit down and write like a whole page of something, not write, but sit down and write a whole page. With my disability of my hands, I make sure I write every day, because it's very hard for me to hold a pen and write. So I make sure I write every day, because by losing that ability slowly, it's going to be totally lost. And obviously a lot of young people don't have to write. Even at school, they can type in computer and things like that, and they're on their phones. So what's their ability? And they have proven recently their hands are now misshaped because they hold their phones. I can't do it, but they seem to have overextended fingers, and they're all bent at funny angles along fingers. You look at any young YouTuber that's like a big YouTuber that's always holding their phone to YouTube, and they've got like these really long fingers, and their fingers are really weird angles. So yes, abilities are disappearing. Okay, let's move on. And this section is, let's look at a book I took from my book nook. Let's look at a book I took from my book nook. And last live, I believe, I had shown you, it's only a children's version of Aesop's Fables. And this is from Mallory Blackman, but obviously she didn't write them. And I read one last live, and people were saying, oh, that's really nice, because I had very short versions and it just gets a point across. So I'm going to read you another one from that right now. I don't know if you know this one. This is called The Sun and the North Wind. When you get right down to it, I'm stronger than you, said the North Wind. You really think so, smiled the Sun. All right then, I'll prove it, said the North Wind. You see that man down there with a coat on? I bet I can blow his coat right off. Watch this. And the North Wind blew and blew and blew. He blew around the man's head, around his legs, around his back and his chest, trying to tear his coat off. But the man just pulled his coat even more firmly around him, shivering against the cold. Do you mind if I have a try, said the Sun. And he shone, warm, soft, golden rays. What funny, peculiar weather, said the man, unbuttoning his coat. And the Sun shone some more, bright light rays everywhere. I'm melting, said the man, and he pulled off his coat and slung it over his shoulder. I win, grinned the Sun. Deal with that. And the moral of the story, persuasion is always better than force. So did you know that one? How many do you know? And do you have a favourite fable of Aesop's? I've forgotten a lot. I did have a book of Aesop's Fables. Got a feeling I've loaded one on my Kindle a long time ago. But we get through those ones. We get through those. I like those because they're short and sweet. So I don't think he had any long fables anyway. I don't think so. That I remember them as I read them. Oh, and in case you're asking Mr. Jimmy, he was asking me what's cocktail of the day. By the way, it's nearly 6 p.m. here. So for some of you, you're just waking up. This is peach schnapps and orange juice. Peach schnapps and orange juice. Very refreshing on such a warm day. Okay, let's move on to the next section. And as requested, a gardening section. Sow, grow, mow, and ho, ho, ho. And today I thought I would talk about cucumbers because there are so many cucumbers in my garden. I've been a little bit out of filming everything because volunteers and other situations here, but went round and I've just filmed everywhere an update. But as you know, I show them in different sections because I've got a big bit of land and different areas are growing. So I will be posting them separately. So you'll see the hugelkultur area. I call a section other areas, excuse me, other areas, raised beds. We have the vertical growing wall. We have the cookout garden, which is the guest garden where they can pick stuff. So I have gone round. Oh, and I filmed a patio tour. You haven't really had a good tour of my patio for a while. So that's where my herbs are, but also my flowers and what I've been doing on there. So I have a lot of cucumbers in different areas of my garden. And they're just a plenty. We've been having them for months and they're still going strong. So we will talk about cucumbers. And do you know the difference of different types of cucumbers? So we'll keep it very brief. Cucumbers are half-hardy annuals. Sowing to harvest time is 10 to 14 weeks. The yield, greenhouse cucumbers average 20 fruits per plant. Ridge cucumbers 12 to 15. It's not a difficult crop. I literally take one cucumber, eat it, put all the seeds straight back in again, and as it says, not long and they're growing again. So I've got continual supply. I actually started them in winter, and we're end of July coming up now. They're still going strong. I'm going to see how far I can keep going. I'm trying to grow all my crops all year. I haven't really been working on it as much as I would have liked to. But the tomatoes, I had winter tomatoes and they're still going as well. So the hugelkultur was the winter tomatoes, so they're gone now, but other areas of my garden are now going strong. Main types of cucumber. There are two basic sorts of cucumber. The first is the large smooth skin type up to 38 centimetres long. This is often called the frame or greenhouse cucumber because in cool temperature climates, this variety needs the protection of a frame or greenhouse. These plants are grown as climbers so the fruits can hang down. The other main type is the ridge cucumber, so called because of the old market garden practice of growing the plants on ridges outdoors. Now, a lot of people think it's because they have the bumps in. No. Ridge cucumbers, which include gherkins for pickling, are shorter than greenhouse type. They're about 13 centimetres long with knobbly or spiny skin. The new recently available Japanese varieties produce long, slim cucumbers like the greenhouse varieties, but have the advantage of being hardy and can be grown outdoors. They are also heavy and reliable croppers. Apple cucumbers are novelty variety with round fruit the size of a small apple, a pale yellowish white skin and a good texture. They're generally regarded as more digestible than the green fruited varieties. A trailing variety, they can be grown in pots or boxes in the greenhouse, in a frame or outside in warm sheltered part of the garden. Pollination. Now, I have so many videos of different pollinations for all sorts. My best advice, doesn't matter how well you think you're pollinating, just go with a little paintbrush and anything with flowers on, you just rub, 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 which guarantees every single plant will have crop. That's my answer to pollination. Cucumbers produce fruit in two ways. Wild and ridge cucumbers bear separate male and female flowers on the same plant, and the female flowers need to be pollinated before fruits are produced. Greenhouse cucumbers also bear male and female flowers, but the female flowers produce fruit without pollination. These unfertilized fruits are what you should aim to produce in the greenhouse. If your greenhouse cucumbers are fertilized, the fruits swell at one end, containing hard, inedible seeds. They are spoiled for exhibition use and are bitter tasting and unpleasant to eat. Growing under glass. You can either grow your plants from seed or you can buy seedlings from a reliable source. If you buy plants, choose dark green, short, stocky ones. Select ones with 3 or 4 true leaves and the seed leaves still intact. Do not buy chilled plants from windy shop fronts. After buying the plants, stand them in the greenhouse for a few days in their pots. This will acclimatise them to new conditions. You can then transplant them successfully into the hotbed. If you're going to grow cucumbers from seeds, it's best to sow them in a propagator or warm greenhouse at an absolute minimum temperature of 15 degrees centigrade, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but 18 to 25 degrees centigrade, 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit is better. Select only plump, clean seeds and throw away any which are flat, discoloured or very small. Sow the seeds singly, 2.5 to 3 inches pots which have been filled with compost to within 1.5 centimetres of the top of the pot. Place the seeds on edge sideways, 1.5 centimetres deep and slightly firm in the surface. I'm going to give you a clue here. When I plant cucumber seeds, when I very first grew them, they never grew. And someone gave me the tip. Did I read it somewhere? I don't know. To put 2 end-to-end touching. No one can tell you why that works. I actually put 3 end-to-end touching. Oh, Blue's here. Been sitting at appointment for last hour only to find out Pearson not there again. Oh, that's so annoying. Like they think you've got time to kill. Blue's a busy person. So, Blue, do you know why that works? If you touch cucumber seeds together, they always grow. If you keep them apart, for me, they never grew. So I'm sure somebody told me on YouTube, because I always say, oh, right, it's my first time growing them. And I don't know where I got that from. Maybe someone told me, but if you literally put cucumber seeds touching end to end, try it with other things, guys. If you're finding something doesn't grow for you, try it. They don't have to touch. You're not like doing anything to them. Just touch. As I say, I do 3 now, and it works every single time. I've never had a cucumber seed since that doesn't take. Don't know why. Does anybody know? But again, it doesn't say that here. I just thought that. Water the compost and cover the pots with black plastic. Oh, yes, that was something someone told me, but I haven't done that since. Since I've touched the seeds, I don't do anything else. Cover with black plastic or sheet of glass and brown paper. As I say, touch the seeds. Try that first. Make sure the compost is thoroughly damp, because the seed castings are fairly tough. If there isn't enough moisture in the soil to penetrate the casting, the seed may not germinate. I keep mine well watered personally. Never heard of it, but I grow mine in big trays and they definitely touch. I put the whole packet in mine. There you go. Yeah, if anyone knows, put in the comments why that works. And if you were the person that told me, come back and tell me you were the one, and I'll credit you for sure. It was a long time back. After germination, remove covering. Place plants in light position in the greenhouse. The young plant should grow rapidly and will need staking with a small split cane, or the way I do my non-stake growing. Have a look at that. My Project Tomato, but you can use it for anything. I've got beans up that now. So no staking. Keep the temperature at 15 degrees centigrade, 60 degrees Fahrenheit minimum. Do not let the temperature drop at night. White roots should show on the outside of the root ball within a month of sowing. When you can see them, pot the plants into 10 to 12 and a half centimetre pots of potting compost, or into their final position if you can maintain high enough temperature. I grow mine 2 ways. I grow them in quite big pots. I don't know sizes of pots, about that big pots. Or the other thing is, if you've seen in my raised bed area, I've got a massive black pot, like a tree would come in, that sort of size pot. And that's the one at the moment where I'm literally just, as I eat cucumber, I take some seeds out, shove them back in, and they just keep popping up. I like easy gardening. So that's some cucumber ideas for you. I have done, I think I've got a video, 10 top tips of growing cucumbers, I think. But I like them because they're versatile. If you live in a cold area, you can grow them in greenhouses or cold frames. It's far too hot in Cyprus to even contemplate a greenhouse for any time of the year. My growing indoors, as you've seen, is basically indoors in the sun lounge, which has no heating whatsoever. And if there's any sun at all, we've got all glass there. So obviously they get heated that way. So it's not a warm room in the winter, but it's not freezing cold. But I have no heating in my house. I just have one fire in the winter lounge, a real fire, and that's it for the whole house. Hey, Mr. Ashley's in town. There's a strange person here. It's me. I was thinking about you the other day. Yes. I came on your channel. I thought, there's Mr. Ashley. Oh, he's in his allotment. There he is. When I worry about people, I do check up on them. How are you doing, Mr. Ashley? Are you doing fine? Are you doing fine? So I thought I would go on to pastimes. And what am I talking about today? Pastimes. And I've just got this box here, this file box. Oh, what's in the file box? Well, anywhere I found puzzle books of any kind have now gone in there. So if we have guests here, all right, some are done, some are not done, partially done. I don't mean done and put back. And it's a rainy day, or they just want to relax, or some people don't like to sunbathe and do nothing. So some like to read. Mike's not really a reader, but here, do a puzzle. So I've put puzzle books in here. So we have suduko. Does anyone like that? So we have a suduko book. Mike likes sudoku. Make a pile. I like these. Now, what are these called? Tsunami. Why is Ashley feeling old? Why are you feeling old, Ashley? Oh, you need to run this back and watch the beginning. There's some happy jokes. I've gone back to doing my jokes. That will cheer you up. Tsunami. Japanese logic puzzles. These are what I like to do. I think they have many names, these puzzles. These things. Do you know these? So let's say, for example, there's in this column, there'll be one square coloured in, 6 and 3. Now you have to have at least one blank between them. And they don't always start, obviously, at the top. So you've got to figure out where they are. But by cross-referencing them with the numbers this way, this reminds me of school when you had your XY diagrams. I used to love XY diagrams. Perhaps that's why I like these. I don't like number puzzles where you have to add up and multiplication. But for me, this is just counting. Obviously, you've got to look first. So what is there? 5 in a row. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 in this one. 25. And then here, so obviously if any of these with the one in between you have to have comes to 25, you can mark that straight away. And when it's all finished, it's a picture. Let's see if there's one done. Do you guys know these? And I tell you what, if they go wrong, they're so annoying because you're like, well, what happened there? And you can't work out what went wrong. What went wrong? Ah, here we go. Here's an example. I don't know how clearly you can see it. So it's a man tipping his hat. And you'll soon know if they go wrong. So you see what I do, I cross out when I've got a number there. And you can put like, colour it in if you know it's definitely there. And then you can put a cross or a circle if it's wrong. Let's see if we can find some more pictures. And some of these are like really big pictures. This one's got like a clue at the top what the picture's beached. It's his birthday yesterday. Oh, thanks, Blue. Now, if you were on my other channel, I could do something amazing for you if it was your birthday, but I'm not on StreamYard. Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Ashley. When you're all watching this back later, can you just go on Ashley's channel and say happy birthday? Even though he's feeling old. Oh, Ashley, what did you do for your birthday, Ashley? What did you do? There, look, there's a face. There's a face. I like the really big ones. It's something you can just do when you're just sitting out, relaxing. As I say, it doesn't take too much. Oh, here we go. I'll show you some of the solutions so you can sort of see what they look like. That gives you a better idea. There's a beer for Mr. Ashley. Tractor. So it gives you an idea of those. Here's those. Welcome everyone into the chat. I'm just showing I've got all these puzzle books and I've put them in a big box file so that now my guests can use them. This one's just logic problems. Now, I like the idea of books that are mixed puzzles, but the trouble with that, there's a lot of types of puzzles I don't like. Oh, I like these as well. Don't know what these are called either. And you have statements. And this one, for example, this one says, oh, that's a boring subject. Let's find a good subject. Here we go. This is a good example. Sleepless nights. 5 women who work at a department store were lunching together in the canteen. During the course of their conversation, they discovered that each of them had suffered a sleepless night the previous week. From the clues given below, can you discover on which night each woman was awake, the cause of her insomnia, and the activity she chose to pass the time? So then you have little clues down the side, and you might be able to cross off where that's not that person, or that a tick if it says that's that person. But you have to deduce by some things as to it's not this or this, and link it up that way. Went to Toby Carvery. Oh, I remember Toby Carvery with Karen, my stepdaughter, and her boyfriend. It was lovely. That's one of the ones where they have the salad bar. I always loved the salad bar. Is that one? Yeah, I think Toby Carvery has salad bar, doesn't it? I used to like that bit. Yes. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Ashley. Yeah, so I like those. I don't know what these ones are called, but I like those until you get stumped, and then you've got no way to go. It's best if you get stumped on those to go away and come back another time, because you're just rereading it the same way and you have to deduce from those. Oh, is that all that's in here? Yes, I think it's only that type of puzzle. No, there's other things, other types of puzzles. I don't know what that malarkey is there. Another type. Well, that looks like it is similar sort of thing that you can write out in another way. So there's that sort. Another Sudoku. As I say, might like Sudoku. So there's some Sudoku books. Sudoku. There's sort of things you could do if you have to waiting rooms or airports or any such thing. Is this a mixed one? Logic problems. I think this is mostly the type I liked. That's why I've got some of these. Well, it might all be those. No, some different ones. It's got one of those in there as well. Oh, look, picking up a puppy. How's my favourite dog, Ashley? Oh, no salad bar, carvery, meat, vegetables, giant Yorkshire puddings. Me and Blue were talking about those some time back, when they have the big one and then all the food and the gravy inside the big one. That's what I like. Nice. You love Sudoku. That's excellent. Then we've got, now I like this one better. I've actually got one like this on my phone. And they call it Tsunami, but I'm sure they're called other things as well. But this one is colours. Colours. So apart from doing it, as I said, they're not all colour ones. Some are colours. And now I'm not going to be able to show you one that's colours. Oh, there we go. Oh, come out. Excuse me. They will be alive when I don't disappear one day. Look at these. Aren't the colour ones cool? They are absolutely cool. So not only do you have to work out... Oh, here's quite a few colour ones. Oh, this one's lovely. Now, if you look carefully, it's squares. So what does that say to you? That says Dawn could use these for cross stitch. Look, that's a cross stitch pattern. There's a kangaroo. I love kangaroos. They don't make that noise, by the way. Yes. There's another colour one. I like the colour ones. As I say, I've got that on got a nap. That's how the colour ones start. Oh, no, this one's a bit different. Okay, so here you've got 3, 3. So a 3 joins up to a 3, and you've got to colour 3 squares. So it could be 3 there and there, but it could be 3 there and there. So you don't know which one that is yet. 4 has got to join to another 4. So that's obviously going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, because you've got to start on the same number that you finish on. Obviously, ones, you just colour it in, and obviously the colour that it is. 2's easy because there's a 2 and a 2. So you have to start on a number and finish on the same number, 1, 2. So you colour in those two. But then you get things like, is that 16? I think that's a 16. It's back to front for me. So 16. So you've got to look for, well, there's a 16 there, but do be careful because there might be another 16 somewhere else. So those ones are fun. Hey, Mr. Jimmy, I spoke about you just now. I spoke about you. I answered the question you asked me earlier on your live. Yes, Dawn's back on people's lives today. Slowly. So if I haven't come to you yet, I'm coming. But if I forget about you, do pop on and say, Dawn, hello. And I'll be, oh, yes. I can't remember everybody. I told you I lost all my subscribers, down the side of your computer or whatever, you've got all the channels you're subscribed to. That got wiped out, so I have to just try and remember people. So in case you don't know, Mr. Jimmy, this is peach schnapps and orange juice. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus right back at you. We had a great live on yours, didn't we? Had a great live. And I appreciate that you were speaking English today. Oh dear, very funny. So yes, these are some more of those. This is a big book now. Is this still called Tsunami? Yes, still called Tsunami. So again, these are the pictures you would have. Oh, that's pretty when you finished. But look, I could use them all as cross stitch. So I don't think I'd throw any of the solutions away. I think when they're all done, I'll keep the solutions page. Is that Christopher Columbus? Oh yeah, it says Columbus. So maybe I won't keep them all, but oh look, binoculars. There's that one. So these are all going to be for my guests, a whole box of them. I was just going through to see what there was. Another logic problems one. Hello. Yeah, do check out Jimmy's live from today. It was really fun. They're all fun, but it was great. My first day back on your lives. It was a really cool one. So yeah, these again are these ones where you have to work out who did what and when and whatever else, and put ticks and crosses in till the whole grid's completed. Seems to be this is all I've got. 3 types of puzzle. Yeah, another big tsunami one. That's why I like the bigger ones. And they're very arty by the time they're finished. Some are quite arty. Oh, here's one with colours again. So you have to do it in the right colours as well. I do prefer those. That says parrots. Ooh, that could be nice. Ooh, nice. And I will show you on Wednesday. I don't know what day I do. Wednesday, how my crafts are coming on. Here we go. Did you hear about the new restaurant called Karma? There's no menu. You get what you deserve. So what would I get, Mr. Jimmy? What would I get? And so here I did for Sudoku. It's just a plastic sheet, file sheet with paper in with the grid. So you could just keep doing Sudoku without actually using up the book. I have a magnetic one somewhere. In fact, I think I might have 2 magnetic Sudokus so you can redo it. The only trouble with the magnetic one is you can't put down it might be this number or this number. You could only put down what you know for sure. Hey, Jimmy Hahn. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, blue. Yeah, so they're all now in this big old file box. And so they're all neat and tidy. I wouldn't put them on. They've got like a cupboard that's books and that in it. I won't put them there because they look a bit messy, all separate. What else is down there? They've got books. Oh, packs of cards. I think there's a couple of games down there as well. So there's bits there. And those of you who don't know my volunteer, I'm a bit tired. My volunteer left today at 2 o'clock this morning. So you can imagine we're a little bit tired. It's nearly 6:30 at night now. So it's catching up with me a little bit now. I've already written her review. I'm so worried I'll forget to do something like that. So you're not allowed to write it until they've literally departed. So I've written her review as well. And there is going to be 2 videos of her time here. One is going to be all the work she did, like befores, durings and afters. You can see her in action. And I asked if she'd introduce herself at the beginning of that one. So you sort of know her, a little bit about her, where she's from. And then the other video is, which I love to do with them, an interview. And I ask them questions about how they started to find Workaway, which is the website, the app, whatever you want to call it, where it is that they come to me from, where our information is that we're host. So there's bits about that. Got Tanya on the phone. She refused to let me cook tonight. Oh, tragic. I've been busy cooking today and preparing. I spent the whole morning in the kitchen because I had to keep myself awake, ready for my live. So I did harvesting beetroot. Story to that. It was about 3 hours later, Mike came into me because you boil up the beetroot. Oh, that's the way I do it. So I harvest them, I boil them in water. I don't take the roots off. I cut the leaves off, but I leave about this much so they don't bleed. But I take that most of the leaves off. Don't touch the roots or they bleed in the water. Boil them, and then when they're soft, literally I put gloves on because I don't like the stain, and you literally can just wipe the skin off. I top and tail them, wipe the skin off, and then slice them and put them in a tub for Mike because I don't particularly like them. And yeah, about 3 hours later, Mike said, I've turned off the beetroot. But that was because I was so busy. I harvested a zucchini and made zucchini bread again. We like it sliced with a bit of jam. That's how we have it. We have it like for tea. And I slice them like wedges, if you like, and then I put jam on it. We have it like for tea. And then what else did I do? I made pizza for lunch. Something else I did. I made a sauce. Now it was going to be for tomorrow to go with pasta, but we've got to go out tomorrow. We've got bank issues. They insist that I've got an online banking, and so they won't send statements, and they charge you. And I don't do anything online, me and online. I don't do anything online. So we're going to go in and say, well, if you insist I've got an online account, then we want the fraud squad to come. They just don't want to send statements. That's it. Hey, like love seeing. How you doing, Terry? Nice to see you. Oh, I'm missing some chat. Let me go back. Oh, Jimmy's on a roll. Wait. Let me go back. That's terrible of Danny. I think his name's Tony. If you believe everything you hear. I'm still on that, Blue. Still on that. Right, astute tourist. A bear walks into a bar and says, "Give a whiskey and cola." The bartender asks, "Why the big paws?" The bear says, "I don't know. I was born with them." Like that one. Jolly good. Me. Yeah, too late. I've read it. Don't you wish you could go back and insert? It really is, Ashley. I have so much to do. It's so mean of him to make me do it all because I'm not allowed to take the time out to cook. I could do that. Light and love. Finishing adverts. Oh, be right there. Oh, you're probably here now then. Hello, Terry. How are you doing? Yeah, do go and check out everyone's channels, guys, if you haven't seen them recently. PMA. Because how are you, sister? Oh, bless you. Bless you. Yeah, I was saying I was trying to, well, I was talking with Jimmy and who's the other one? Oh, Shirley. And we're trying to get in contact with Tara. So I don't know where her channel's gone because I was off with my volunteers. So I hadn't been on anyone's channel. I just wanted to say happy birthday to her on the 3rd, I think it was. When I went on, channels have all gone. So if you see her, do say I was trying to contact her and say happy birthday. Love my laugh so much. You want to go back to the beginning where I was reading my jokes out. I did a whole joke section at the beginning today. I was laughing at my own jokes. So if you like my laugh, it was all John Deere tractor jokes today. John Deere tractor. I like clever ones as well. So there was quite a few clever ones there. Oops, sorry about that. Yes. So busy doing lots of cooking and prepping today. If folk want to put their channel links up, I'll gladly take a look. Blue's like... If any of you that are up now want to be a mod on my channel, do say. I don't like to just put people up because I don't know who's au fait with actually modding. So if you do want to be a mod and you're up here now, I know you all very well. So if you want to, I can make you blue. I can make you blue. Then Tanny will cook for you today. Okay. Yes, of course I am. Do you need to be blue to do that? I don't restrict anything because I have subscribers only. So you shouldn't be restricted. You shouldn't be restricted to put anything up. Are you blue now? See if you're blue now. Type something, Jimmy. If everyone else wants to become blue right now, do say. Jimmy, you need to type something so I can check your blue now. I will. Tara and Mum got trolled so hard. Oh, bless them. Tara retried so many times. Yes. Oh, no, that's blue. I want to see if Jimmy's blue. They delete all their channels. I tell you, remember her birthday. Yeah, I'm not on. She's on Fastbook. I'm not on Fastbook. Yes, he's blue. Anyone else want to be blue? You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I just don't like to make someone one if they don't want to particularly be one or don't know how to be one, because I only like active mods. I don't mean you have to be on the channel. I mean, if you're here, you do links and stuff, because that's what I try to do when I'm on modding for other people. So there you go. And Mr. Jimmy is here a lot, and I know he's working when he's on here. So I always appreciate that very much. And Jimmy's got some new merch. If I had money, I would buy it. And Jimmy's got his new logo on the front. Are they only black, Jimmy? I did like the black. It's a black T-shirt with his logo on the front, but on the back he's got like a massive one. It's brilliant. Yeah, it was me, Jimmy and Shirley talking about, we're all trying to find out what's happened to poor Tara. You'd love to be blue and blue. Okay. Okay, I can make you blue and blue. There we go. You only have to ask. You don't want me today. Oh, bless. Does it still smell of garlic in your house, Blue? Blue's been, let's say, harvesting and prepping garlic. Go and check her channel out. It's really good. It's, what did you call it? Breaking twigs over your knee. Sorted it out on the day. Excellent. Oh, it's lovely. Yes, it's lovely. Has any of you, I know Jimmy has Blue or Terry met up with any other YouTubers? Obviously, I know you know Tara and her mum. Have you met any others? To make sure I burn fresh bay leaves. Oh, that's a good idea in the house to cover it all. Otherwise, Tanny will be in the hospital. Yeah, he's highly allergic to the garlic. Is he all right if you've eaten it and you smell of garlic, or is he that bad? Because I know you said he's pretty bad. Is it the smell? I'll be meeting many October on the booze cruise. Oh, of course you will. You're all on these cruises. My goodness. Is Fee going on that one? Is Fee on that one? I know she goes on as many as she can. I bet she's going on that one. Oh, I love them. I love them. Don't think she is. She's not. She's not so much. She's not so much. Oh, look, all the blue in here today. Blue and blue. He can eat a bit. If I cook it in a sauce, but I can't saute it if he's in the house. So I tend to cook with it in the morning, so the fumes have gone by the time he gets home. Cool. Made a couple of friends on Facebook Messenger from YouTube that have become dear to me. Yeah, my only link at the moment is, if you've been watching quite a lot lately, is a follower of my channel moved to Cyprus. They're renting at the moment. They've actually just moved to a second rental and they're looking to live our lifestyle. That's why they're renting, because they want to find sort of the ideal place. And Joe contacted me and said, could he come and visit? Would that be appropriate or not? And have a look round, and sort of he wants me to help him and tell him what to do and what grows best where here and that kind of thing. So I've met him now. We've had 2 visits, his wife Katie and the son William. So they're really friends, really good friends. Have to run. Okay, see you soon. Thanks for the jokes, Jimmy. Don't work too hard, my friend. And do go and look at Jimmy's channel. He's got a short up with his tiki bar. His tiki bar is going at night and all the lights on. I think that's a recent post, so go and have a look at that. I just saw it today. So he's got a tiki bar. Do go and look at that, everyone. That's like really awesome, really lovely. So what's your favourite thing about where you live? As in your home. So have you got an object you like to look at, or is it a view out your window, or is it you love your kitchen, how it's set out? Oh, you're so sweet. You're adorable. So what's your favourite thing? The history. Yes, Blue lives, yes, in a very historic area, York area. And yeah, I'd say it's probably one of the most historic areas, actually. I know there's lots of places, but I think en masse, it is a lovely place there. Have you done more of your archaeological? You're digging. You're digging. Have you done more of your digging? I've made some real dear friends via YouTube. That's lovely, Ashley. That's lovely. We found a Bronze Age flint arrowhead today. Wow. Wow. That's so exciting. Wowza. And where do all these finds go? Have they got like are they going into a museum or something, or is there a special show of them? and the base of a very posh Roman goblet. Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds a bit different. Terry says, I love the woods around the area here, lush and beautiful. Oh, do some filming. I love to see sort of areas and everything. Do some video of the woods. The woods. Not that I don't like to see your beautiful face every time you come on. I love it when you have your plaits. I love it when you have your plaits. Sounds amazing, Blue. Yes, it's a lovely opportunity. Lovely opportunity. Oh, it's so hot here at the minute. It really is hot. I went to get in the pool today after all that cooking, and I was like, I didn't really have time. They have to go to the find people and get catalogue, and then they get hired out to schools and learning centres to show what we find. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm assuming you can photograph everything you get. It's so much fun. Yes, I bet it is. I bet it is. As I say, it's an amazing opportunity. I did a little dig. Where did I do the dig? It was in England. Somewhere I was on holiday one time. Just had a little dig, but nothing like you're doing. That's amazing. Really good. Oh, really good. Been to Egypt. That was interesting. I went to Egypt and you see all the finds in the museums there. Ashley. Oh, I thought he was going to put something else on the end. Ashley says, I found some old bones. Then I realised it was me. I thought you were going to say they were Piggles. Piggle found them, not like what Piggles had eaten. How is my Piggles? Oh, Ashley, bless you. Blue says, I just got told too that because of my experimental archaeology experience, they want me to stay on and work through the whole programme so I can be considered for funding to teach. Wow. Oh, wow. You're going to love that. Oh, that's just what you need, Blue. You're getting funding as well. I'm pretty sure you would have been happy to do it anyway, but wow. Yeah, because you're quite a buff. You got things up there. You have answers and you know random things. Talking of random things, Ashley. Oh no. Talking of random things. I've filmed a quiz on my other channel. So those of you like facts and things like that, I'm going to start doing, as well as my Q&As, I'm going to do some quiz questions. Because fast asleep next to me on the sofa. Bless. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. This is it, guys. This is why I always say just go and do something, or not that Blue doesn't. I'm not talking about Blue, but I'm just saying the opportunities that's come from this. Just sometimes reach out or go somewhere, or there might be something available and you think, oh, shall I, shan't I? Go and do it. You don't know what it's leading to. I believe in fate. You can make your own decisions, but you've got places you've got to go. And I always think if something bad happens, it's not supposed to happen because you should be somewhere else at some point to match things up. So that's how I get through bad times. I think, well, as I say, if all that had happened to me hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be with Mike. I wouldn't be in Cyprus. So for all those bad things that happened to me, many things you still don't know, never will, but all those bad things, I'm glad they happened because I wouldn't be here now. So no matter how terrible things are, try and think that there's a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You love the name Piggles. If you haven't been on Ashley's channel and seen Piggles, you are missing out. Piggles is even cuter than his name. Piggles is awesome. Yeah, you need to go and check out Piggles. You most definitely do. Most certainly. Yeah, I think you had a video of Pickles snoring at one point. It might have been a short. I think you had a short. There's lots of shorts, Terry, of Pickles. Oh, and the little bed for Pickles. Pickles has got this little bed. Done quite a few videos of Pickles, one of those was viewed over 1,000 times. I remember you saying all the views, all your good views of Pickles. But you do know that's me watching it 1,000 times over, don't you? That's awesome, Ashley. Ashley is awesome. I like the way everyone on here can is positive by all that's occurred. You're so right, Dawn. I've been reminding myself how blessed I am right now. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, Terry's does all sorts of chats, but she's very PMA, positive mental attitude, and some of the chats do just make you think a little bit. I'm always watching them, and it's just a little boost or someone saying something. And that's why I always say on my Friday live on my other channel, I'm always talking about how just say hello, even if it's in a chat, or, you know, there could be someone really lonely in a chat. Hence why some people sometimes go on a lot of chats. They need the company. So just say hello. Just say hello to them. It really does make a difference. I made her bed for a baby cot. She loves it. I remember. You did an awesome job with that too, hun. Yeah, Pickles is darling. Yeah, Pickles is darling. And she helped with your wife's recovery. So that was really sweet. Really lovely. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, isn't it funny how the biggest views on YouTube is animals? It's a bit discriminative against those without animals. It used to be homesteading. For a long time, it was homesteading, and now it's animals. It's animals. So you're all right there, Ashley. Do you ever take Pickles down the allotment? I don't think I've ever seen Pickles down the allotment. I think animals are more popular than drama. Yes, there's another phase going on at the moment with clickbait titles, danger and falling down and all those kind of words, and disaster. They did do a phase of culling all those video titles, YouTube. If whatever you say in your title, when they were culling it before, it had to be more than so many minutes of the total of your video about that actual thing, and it couldn't be like clickbaity. So what you say had to really be the main focus of your video. But all those words are coming back in, and the thumbnails that are really not right, shall we say. Animals and babies, wouldn't know about the babies. I don't watch things with babies. Everyone starts chatting about babies. I'm out there. YouTube has been cracking down on that and false hashtags. Oh, I didn't know about the hashtags. Oh, is there a lot of... I know people are using hashtags of popular channels, and they only have to mention them in their video, and they're using other like popular channel hashtags. So that's the only bit I know. I don't know about false hashtags. I haven't seen that. Coming down hard on channels that only use to create content as well. Yeah, maybe a couple of years back, there were people, I know like how people promote other people's channels, that, but a lot of content creators weren't being content creators. They were literally just promoting other people's channels and not having any content of their own. And they stopped that for a while. I did a few times, but there are foxes. Oh, we're talking about Pickles. I thought you was like saying you've done the false hashtags, or I did a few times. I was like, that's not you. I did a few times talking about Pickles down the allotment, but there are foxes on the allotment site. Oh, Pickles is a Jack Russell Terrier, so it's hard to stop. Yeah, sure. Didn't think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that at all. my volunteer kept saying she saw hedgehogs every night. She enjoyed that. She has, she's from France, so she has hedgehogs, but to walk out sort of at night and see the stars and everything, she used to go and sit out on the chill out area that isn't finished, but it's concrete now. And she would sit there and watch the stars. And she said as she walked out there, she just took like a little light. And she said, oh, I kept seeing little hedgehogs go past. About to make my first pot of coffee, start to get ready for work. Oh, yeah, I forget you're a different time to me. It's 6:45 at night now here. Getting ready for work. Happy to catch you live. We'll see you again soon. Much love to a lot of you. Yes, don't forget to check out Light and Love. Even if you go on her channel, have you checked out her latest videos? So do take a look there. Thanks very much. Really nice to see you. I get more views if I don't use hashtags. I think I use a standard 3. There was always dubious about that. You could only use 3 and blah blah, and if you use more and nonsense. I just use a standard 3, just basically the subject matter. That's what I do. Subject matter. I'm not like a thing like, oh, hashtag this and that and the other. But if I talked about someone, as in it's someone sent me a gift, then I'll hashtag their channel in the hashtag. No, it's basically the subject matter, really. 3 hashtag limit. I've been getting a few more views since do a few more tweaks to my channel. Ooh, interesting tweaks. I'm on my last week of scheduled. You know, I said because I had the volunteer come in, I'd scheduled videos to post on the right days. So you've been getting them all. And then I do my shorts every day. I just go and do a few shorts every day. But I didn't have time to sit and post and all the rest. So it took me ages to schedule right up to the end of this week. So Friday is my last scheduled one. So I've got to remember to start posting again on Monday. But it's funny, as I do my shorts on my phone, I only use my phone for the shorts and I do everything else on the laptop. And I'm there like about to do one. I'm like, oh, what's this one? Oh, yeah, I scheduled one and it's there. It's like, oh, I like that. What I have noticed, though, is you can't take content for a short out of a video that you've scheduled until at least 24 hours later, which is interesting. You're all scheduled too. One thing I find hilarious is YouTube recommends my own channel to me. I tell you what I get is I go on my Gmails nearly every day, but very rarely at weekends. I try not to go on my computer at weekends. So if you do weekend lives, I think you probably won't see me. Very rare, unless I've got to go on it to like communicate with a volunteer that's coming or something like that. And then I might have a quick look. And what was I saying about that? Oh, yes, when I go on there, my Gmail always says, you're live. I'm like, oh, you're live. Oh, dear. Yeah, I like doing Canva. I love using Canva. I don't have time to do it all the time, but I do love making little Canva clips and that I use that obviously on my StreamYard on Fridays on my other channel. I do love doing that. I wish I had more time because I love it. I've got odd thumbnails of Canva, but I don't mostly use it because I like to show a thumbnail of something actually in the video. But you'll see I did my very recently, I think one before last, I don't know really where you are. I think one before last was my rabbit deterrent. Now, obviously, I haven't got a rabbit. So I had to make a thumbnail out of Canva. It's so easy to use and I do like it. The only downside is there's not much free music on there. That's the downside. I get why, but I do like Canva very much. And they sent me a little downloaded certificate for doing so many Canvas. I was like, oh, that's sweet. I liked that. But no, I do love Canva. I love Canva. I've been playing with it already a lot recently. Yeah, I love it. And it's so easy. It's so easy to use once you get into it. What could I not find to do initially? Oh, to like download your own pictures onto it. I just couldn't find the download. And the other thing I couldn't find is when you wanted to like save and take what you'd made and put it on your laptop, you know, whatever that's called, when you were to download it onto your laptop, like save and there. And I couldn't find where that is, because you have to, where that is, it's lower down the screen and you have to scroll up. It has share. I was like, no, I don't want to share it. I found that eventually, but that wasn't obvious because I don't read how to do anything. I just play and find it. I think I found that through Jimmy. I think Jimmy was talking about it. That's where I got Canva from. And he said it's so easy to use. He said, I'm sure you can use it. And yeah, you play with it. And I like, there's so many options. I don't pay for it. I don't know if you pay anything for it, Blue, but I don't pay for it. And there's still so many options and you can tweak little bits. But I soon know when someone else has used it because you recognise something. You're like, that's Canva. Just press stuff until I figure it out and find things. It's fun, isn't it? It's not like, oh, how does this work? It's fun. And you've got your option of photos. I get annoyed sometimes though. I use the screens. You can have like the backgrounds. And I know it says pro or something if it's a paid for one. But some of them don't say that. And then when I load it, save it, whatever, it says you can't save this one unless you pay. And you're like, well, what was pay? And it might be in the whole screen that's free. It might have had a little flower or something in the bottom, but that was a little paid bit within that. And that's quite annoying. But apart from that, it's fine. Where am I? It's where I get the templates for my recipe cards. Oh, cool. Yeah, see, I can't print anything out. I don't have a printer or anything, so I can only do it from laptop to laptop and whatever. I want to know, I haven't really looked all through it, what else is available. Can you do a website via that? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you must be able to. They do everything. So I haven't really looked all through it, to be honest. Must try and save for a laptop. Just using a mobile for filming and editing and uploading can be frustrating. Oh, you don't print them off. Oh, you make them for your patron. Yes, of course you do. Oh, that's lovely. Yes, that's right. You do your recipe things for your patron. I remember you saying about that before. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, the options on it. It's so easy. You don't have to have any skill. You have to be creative, but even that you don't. You could just play. And yeah, I love it. I love it. As I say, you've got option of using your own photos and put them to something. You can use their photos, all sorts of backgrounds. You can change lettering. I think the lettering unpaid is a little bit clicky, as in there's not that many options, but you can play with it. Turn things around, move things about, move things on top of other things. I like that because sometimes you think, oh, I'll have that picture in it there. And then, oh, that would be nice there. And then you're like, oh, darn, that would have been better under. And you can just move things, switch them back to front, turn them upside down, rotate. It's just so simple. Love it. I think there's a Canva app for mobile. I think there is, yes. I think there is, pretty sure. But I don't know how hard it is. I don't use my phone for anything like that. I think, like Ashley says, it's quite to use a phone. And I might have some news about that. Something very strange. I might have some interesting news. Yes. Coming soon. It's already happening, but I just want to check everything's in place. Yes, but definitely, Ashley, if you haven't tried Canva, Have a look. You can at least have a look on your phone. Do you use your phone for videos, but it's hard because everything's so small. If you're on your phone, like watching a live, you can't comment, can you? And if you can't comment, because I know people always said I'm on my phone. Now, I just thought that meant it's too difficult to type in things, but I'm thinking that means they can't comment. And also, if you do a live on your phone, does that mean you can't chat back? You can comment. You just can't tag people or share links, right? Now, if I'm hosting a live, can I do things in the chat? I would like to try one live on the phone just to go out and about. Although, who was I talking to about that? Anne Dale, because she's like me. She's sort of not that au fait with stuff, really. She tries like I do, and she wanted to do out in her garden one live. So I said to her afterwards, right, how did you find that? Bear in mind, we're sort of similar in that sort of respect. And she said, I wouldn't do it again. I'm glad I did one, but I would definitely not do it again. You can manage your live chat if you're doing a live. Okay. You've done some in the early days. Right. I think I might try one. I think if I did one on my phone, it would be a random extra live because I'm always fearful that something would go wrong and people will be, where are you? Where are you? So I think I might try an odd random practice one because I don't even know how I'd set it up on my phone. Because these lives, as you know, Blue, for some reason, my laptop won't connect, like the upcoming thumbnail. I can't get my computer to do that and connect. It says you have to sign on to whatever, and it won't do that for me. So I have to put my fake upcoming thumbnail and then it doesn't go into that. This live isn't from that. This is just, hello, I'm live right now. So I'm not really sure if my phone would connect either in that way. I just have to suddenly go live, I think, and just do it that way. Yes, so it's all live and learn, live and learn. I don't like complicated things. It takes me a long time to do things and figure it out because my disabilities. And let's say I didn't go on YouTube for a month. I probably would forget how to do it. I have to constantly do something because I can't remember things. I just naturally, it's like typing. Luckily, I know where keys are. But if I didn't do typing properly, it's like naturally my fingers go where the letters are. If I had to think, oh, yes, this is proof that if I had to think about where keys were, if my fingers did just know, because I touch type, I wouldn't be able to type. I'd have to go there, like this. And proof of this, I was typing on my volunteer's laptop. She's got a MacBook, is it? MacBook, Mac, iBook, iPad book, Mac, Apple, MacBook, iBook. Anyway, she's got one of those. And I was typing on it. Well, I went to type on it because she wanted me to put my YouTube channel in. And I was like, hold on, your keyboard, it's all wrong, love. It's not a QWERTY keyboard. It's English letters. It's not that it's French letters because I've got a Greek keyboard. And I know, obviously, if you've got different letters of the alphabet, you haven't got A, B, C, D. So you're going to have different letters. But she has an English lettered keyboard. It's not QWERTY. I didn't know that if you get an English keyboard in other countries, they are not set out the same. So we're not talking it's French letters, so they're in different places. She's got an English keyboard, but the letters are not in the same place. And she said, yes, any country, they're all different. All English keyboards are different in different countries. So I was like, wow. Where are we? That's weird. I use Streamlabs live streaming studio for my lives. Yeah, quite a few people use that. Mine just won't connect to anything else. I tried that one. I tried Melon. What else used to be popular? I tried 4 different ones and it won't connect. It just won't connect to any of them. And I even had Mike doing it for me, and he got all how you do it and watched on YouTube as well, because he said we must be doing something wrong. But then remember, I've got these microphone issues and I still can't do my lives on one of my browsers. I've got 2 browsers. One will not connect the microphone, either the inbuilt microphone, it won't connect. So if I ever come on my live and you can't hear me, I've forgotten to go on the other browser. So I can only do it on the second browser. But the second browser has issues. It's not a very good browser. It has its own issues. So I only use it. If I come on your guys' channels, I have to be on the second browser. Or, you know, like if you highlight someone's name in the chat and you say hello, I just highlight and the @ symbol, copy their name, put it there, hello, whatever. If I'm on my main browser, I can't do that. It highlights the whole chat. You just slightly go and it goes, it reels all through the whole chat. So there's something wrong with that. But I can't do anything else on this second browser. The first browser's got all my Gmails and everything else. So I'm normally on my first browser, but if I come into your channels or my channel for live, I have to be on the second browser. Crazy days. Crazy days. Ashley says, I tried Canva, but couldn't get on with it. Oh, that was due to everything being small, right? I haven't even looked at it on the phone, but I think because there's so much on there, perhaps there's so much on there. Yeah, I haven't looked. Fair enough, hun. Streamlabs is good. Yeah, I tried them all. I think Melon was the first one I was ever with. There was another 2. There was definitely 4. And like older ones, like what originally everyone was using. Can't remember. Blue says, yes, there's a few different ones. Oh, yeah, that one. Colmac, and don't know that one. Workman, keyboards options for English keyboards. Right. So they're the different layouts, are they, I'm talking about? I mean, I've got a Greek keyboard. And as you say, there's not the same letters of the alphabet. So you haven't got like W, C, and we've got a different amount of letters in our alphabet anyhow. Go, take care. And you, Ashley, thank you so much for coming on. 3 of them other than QWERTY, right? So you're like, yes, Dawn. I did not. I started typing, all this gobbledygook came up because, as I say, I don't look at what I'm typing. Thank goodness I can touch type, because it's like a section of my brain that just does things. So I can type like that. Okie dokie. Look after you. Yes, I'm glad you had a happy birthday, Ashley. Oh, sorry I missed it. So hold on, he said that was yesterday. He said it was yesterday. He's not on my list. So what day is it today? Today is the 10th. So he will be on the 9th. Is that right, Blue? On the 9th. He's not on my birthday list. No, I don't have anyone else on my list until the 29th. So if any of you guys have got a birthday before the 29th, I don't know about it. I've got an actual calendar just for birthdays. Yes, keep it in my YouTube tray. Yes. I'm sure I've got yours. When's yours, Blue? I'll tell you if I got it. Got Jimmy's, got Terry's. I've got Crazy Cat Woman, Annie's Kitchen. It's not Annie's Kitchen now. I've got Shirley's. I haven't got anyone in April, so if any of your birthdays are April, I don't have it. I've got Irene's birthday. Oh, I've got the month, but I don't know what day. Blue. Blue, 2nd of January. I got it right this time. It's the 10th today, yes. What did I say? Oh, did I say 7th? Oh, gosh. Dawn. What month are we in? Yes, the 10th today. So that means Ashley's birthday was yesterday. Did he say yesterday? So that would be the 9th. Yes? Yes. His birthday's the 9th. It's the 10th today, but I'm sure he said his birthday was yesterday. Is that correct? Yes. Yay! Yay! Did you hear, Blue, about my, I say the wrong word, and I was saying that I was doing filming about powdery, I can't think now, powdery mildew. I've done a whole video on that. That should be coming soon, about powdery mildew. I have to really think. And all the way through the film, but I knew I was doing it, so I had to keep taking again. And I kept saying powdery Mildred. I can't think now. Powdery Mildred. And every time I said it, I could hear I'd said it. Powdery Mildred. Yes. Yes, I did a whole video on it about how to stop it, but also how to not get it in the first place. But every time I said that word, I kept saying powdery Mildred, and I could hear saying it. And I was like, oh. And the more I was trying not to say it, the more I emphasised saying it. Powdery Mildred. I couldn't not say it. And I know now I have to speak slower if it's not that it's complicated words, it's just words I may not say very often. I've noticed that's more what it is if I'm reading something. That's why I have to do a lot of reading on my channel, because I have to come with practice random things. So if I'm reading something, I can't just blah, blah, blah. It's easy to talk and just blah, 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 although I still have issues. But I'm worse like if I'm reading. So I've realised read slower, but it's words I might not say often. So I'm not saying complicated words, just something my brain's not used to. It's the brain and the mouth just don't get it out. So I was like, no, it's powdery mildew. And then I'd take again. And the amount of times I wanted to say that word, and the more I tried not to say Mildred, I just kept saying powdery Mildred. So when you watch that video, I don't think I've said it wrong in it, because I was aware I was saying it, so I kept having to redo it. But appreciate the amount of time that video took. And I wasn't frustrated, but I was like, I just couldn't not say it. And it wasn't that I'd got into the swing of it then. I just couldn't say mildew. I just couldn't say it. I just couldn't even. Sometimes you'll hear pauses. I do edit a lot. When I make a pause, I edit down. So I might sort of start to say words slowly, and then I edit out that little bit and snip it together. And 9 times out of 10, it comes out pretty good editing. It sounds like I've just spoken normally, but I've learned to, or speak in syllables. So break a word down in syllables helps a lot. But yeah, not just life of a YouTuber, but life of a brain damage YouTuber. Someone was saying about, oh yeah, sometimes it's good people leave bloopers in at the end or whatever. I was like, no, it would be like an hour long. And it is sad. Sometimes it's sad. Okay, I'm going to go now because I've been on a lot longer than normal, but I've had so much fun, and I appreciate you, Blue. Thank you very much. And all my moderators today. It's a new blue family, new blue family. So, yes. So thank you very much, my new mods and my most excellent old mod. And my most excellent old friend, Ashley. Oh, Oh dear. Only joke because Ashley is wonderful. He's so kind and funny. So yeah, we joke a lot backwards and forwards. So thank you, Blue, and thank you all my other new mods and everyone else for coming on either now or later. So I'm going to fish it because I'm going crazy now. Until next time, as always, Meraki.